Okay. Oh, testes.
It looks
Testes, testicles. Okay. Well, let's just get after it.
Let's do that. Do you have an intro?
No.
Oh, okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Bridget.
I'm Wendy.
And it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. And this is Flickin' Beans.
Flickin' Beans coming at ya.
Yeah. This week, well, let's talk about coffees. We switched that up.
Yeah.
I love this. Yeah. Scooters. Sponsor us.
Yeah, scooters.
This is a cold brew with s'more foam.
Oh, the foam was s'more. What's cold foam like? Why is it cold foam? Is it the same thing?
I don't know.
Because your foam never stays hot.
Yeah.
Well, I'm uneducated in the ways of cold foam.
I honestly don't know. It probably is just
Foam.
I mean, yeah. Your milk isn't like, well, they do steam it, I guess, to get it fluffy, but you also can just
Wow.
What's that thing called?
A vibrator?
It's the newest model, the cold foam.
Plus your gesture. Was it not like a vibrator?
It's true.
Oh, it's a good
Anyway.
thing we are not on camera. Well, I'm glad you like that.
Yeah, it's good.
I
It's like, I was worried that it was going to be too sweet, but it's not.
Mine is too sweet.
Yeah.
This is the first time, listen to my ice. This is the first time I've ever gotten the big whipped cream on top.
Mm-hmm.
This is a turtle latte. Yeah. And I got a little bit criticized there in the drive-thru.
Okay.
Real sweet girl, but so, mine came out first and I put it in the cup holder, and yours took a minute. I'm not sure why, but the girl looked down and she goes, something about, I don't know why you're not stirring that. Like, kind of like, I'm like, it's very pretty. I don't want to. And my intention was just to save it so you'd be jealous. But
Yeah.
no, I went for it on the road. Kind of dangerous, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
I'd go about, it's funny because the other coffee place didn't have enough flavor in their flavorings.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is pretty heavy.
Yeah.
It's real. What is a turtle? Is it pecan?
And pecans, caramel, and chocolate, I believe.
Pecan. I don't think I can pick a pecan flavor out of
Out of other nuts, I don't know.
I think we've talked about Brazil and what a creamy nut it is. I think it sounds like it's peeing.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I thought that somebody was actively drinking out of it.
Somebody was active. I thought you were going to say somebody was actively peeing.
Actively peeing.
I don't know how you passively pee, but, well,
I do. Yeah, more than once I've passively peed. Like in, 3 a.m, and you go and you're sitting there and you just close your eyes. Like I literally once fell asleep on the toilet and fell forward on my head.
Oh, no.
It was bad because you're asleep.
Yeah.
And you got a fucking heavy head.
Yeah, and if you're not awake, to put your arm out.
I know. It's like, no, that doesn't occur to me. Oh, anyway, passively peeing.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have to leave that whole bit in. Basically, Wendy just put more water in her cat fountain.
Yeah. When it's
The
full,
end.
it doesn't make noise, but it was running out of water, and so...
Yeah, well, it was a tinkle sound, and
Yeah.
mine goes like... And it'll take me a minute, like looking around the room, like, where is that sound coming from?
Yeah.
And yeah.
What's weird is that somebody drinking out of it does sound exactly like it tinkling. So except when Gus, if one of the cats are drinking out of it, Gus also drinks out of it, and that's a different sound.
Yes. Oh, Gus, he's licking she's licking her shirt. Okay, moving on.
Yeah, the movie.
Wendy, you made me watch Precious.
I know. I hadn't seen it either.
Oh, you hadn't ever?
I had seen parts of it, but then I remembered when I started watching it that the times that I tried to watch it before, I got to about the first or second time her mom beats her and I couldn't handle it.
Oh,
and then this time I watched it all the way through and I was like, wow, it's even worse than I thought.
Wow. Well, I remember when it came out and, the Gabourey Sidibe, is that how you say it?
I don't remember.
She was all over highly praised for her role in this movie. And I didn't research or it was a busy week.
Yeah.
And I hate it when the week is so busy that I have to watch the movies on Saturday night.
Mm-hmm. And back to back too.
And well, I'll tell you. That I watched Mama this morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I got up at 6, watched a horror movie, and came over here after going to Scooters.
So your day is starting off.
My day has already been pretty jam-packed with sitting on my butt. Okay, so.
Yeah. So the theme
Precious
was crazy moms.
Yeah.
Precious was the one that I chose. Well, actually, I chose Mommy Dearest, but then I couldn't find it.
Right.
And I swear, maybe they took it off, but I swear I saw it on HBO, but, stuff is always coming and going.
Yeah.
Anyway, I couldn't find anything else that I wanted to watch either. And then Precious, I was like Googling movies about crazy moms, and I thought, oh, I haven't actually seen that one. And I remembered the same as you, that the movie and her acting, the actress that plays Precious. Her receiving a lot of attention for this role, and she did a really good job. It's a good movie, but it's a tough movie. I can't even believe how that character kept going. Yeah.
It was so awful. Everything in her life was awful. But she had that elaborate fantasy life, but really a means of disassociating.
Absolutely.
I mean, two babies from her father. Oh, boy, did they ever do a great job of making that the most horrible experience for the viewer. And for her, we felt that. We saw that. Ugh, it was so awful.
It was tough, yeah. And she's like, not only
brutal.
Is he raping her, she's also looking out her door. Like there's this shot, like from her perspective, seeing her mom watch it.
Yeah.
And her mom doesn't do anything.
No.
And then she gets mad at Precious.
Yeah.
Like everything is Precious's fault. I think,
yeah.
Her mom probably shouldn't have been a mom.
Her?
I shouldn't blame her, but like, you do have to blame her a bit. She's terrible. Doesn't need to beat that child. And also, like, she should be mad at the guy, not at her child.
Right. But she was almost jealous.
Yeah, she says several times, like, you stole my man.
Yeah, and you, just because you can have 2 babies or whatever.
Yeah.
That's so gross. Ugh. So gross.
Yeah. And
parents want better for their children than they had. Even if they had a good life, they still want their kids to go a little bit further.
Yeah.
And be successful. But wow. That was a moment of silence for Precious.
Yeah. I also kind of love that's her name. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
It's her middle name,
Clarice. When she goes to that guidance counselor or social worker or principal or whoever that was, and she makes her sit down and she goes, "Hello, Clarice."
Yeah.
Did you notice that too?
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs.
I loved that. But yeah, so going by Precious, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Why would her mom name her that and then treat her that way?
I don't know, man. It's weird because you have that scene where the mom comes in to see the social worker, who is Mariah Carey, by the way.
I know. And I texted you. Wow. And she was very cute. She had bangs.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Anyway, the mom is starts telling you like when all the abuse started and everything, and you find out that like it was from when she was like 3.
Gross.
And that the guy was kind of like touching her while they were having sex with each other. And you're just like, what the fuck? And she didn't stop it.
Yeah.
Because she wanted him to love her. And then you find out like that he had been abusing her as well, you know? And like it's really this monster's fault that they are the way they are.
Well, and just like last week when we were, when we were Menace to Society, it's just like what you're exposed to again and again becomes normal.
Right. That was a big theme in both of these movies.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we're always connecting.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, your environment definitely shapes you, and when you're a child, you just don't know that there's a different way to be.
Yeah. Especially, so something.
Yeah, but I think I got off tangent there. But basically, what I was trying to say with the mom is that in that moment, that was the only time I felt like she actually had some love for Precious.
Oh.
Because she was saying, like, he went after my baby. Moms are supposed to protect their babies, and I didn't do it. And she, you know? And I was like, oh, she does have some
guilt and shame.
Love for her, but it does seem like she's got, also guilt and shame. I hope she has that.
I was like, oh, we went in different directions there. But,
well, that's the thing is, like, if somebody doesn't love you, it's hard for them to hurt you, really, because, you know, or if you don't love them.
That is absolutely true. Very true. Precious dresses herself with flair. She dresses like someone who has good self-esteem. But that's her inner diva.
Right.
That poor girl.
Yeah, every time something bad is happening to her, she goes into this like fantasy land where she's a star. She's on a red carpet, or she's on at the beginning she says that she has this crush on this teacher, and she's always like, I want a light-skinned boy with nice hair. Yeah. And she fantasizes about this white teacher that she has, and then there's this other guy that's like in a lot of her fantasies and following her around, just being her cute boyfriend.
Being her arm candy.
Yeah.
But you know why she loves that teacher? She loves math class, which I don't know if she is a good math student. I think she was, but she's not a good reading and writing student.
Right.
Which is so... it happens more than we realize. Somebody can get through high school without literacy. Without literal literacy.
Yeah. We find out like when she goes to the the alternative school, her teacher figures out that she can't really read.
And works with her. Why doesn't every child have someone who can work closely with them and bring out their best abilities?
Yeah. There's just not enough people like that.
Nope.
It's supposed to be your parents.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. I missed that memo.
I mean, it was for me.
It is supposed to be.
You know, I have to say I'm pretty lucky in the parent department.
Oh, your parents are great.
Shout out, my mom's listens, so.
I know. I just edited the episode when you told me that, and I was like, I love your mom.
Yeah. They've always been very supportive.
Yes.
They come, like, even now I'm like 40, and they still come to my gigs, and... You know, it's like I'm at having a high school band concert, but they still show up.
Yeah.
You know, so that's, but you don't get to choose your parents.
No.
And, poor Precious. She was dealt a rough hand.
Ugh.
And like, do they ever talk about where the dad is?
I wondered that as well. Yeah. Does he just come around every now and then?
Yeah. Because he's not living there.
Okay.
At least that I could tell.
Maybe they were never married.
Yeah, they're not. The mom, and they call him her boyfriend.
Okay.
And at the social worker's office. So
Gross.
Yeah. So yeah, they were never married. I don't even know if they're really like together or if like he just came around, made Precious, and then I don't know. They don't talk about that much. She's just not really present. But she's pregnant at this time, so he's definitely been there in the last however months to knock her up.
Right.
So I don't know.
Well, and think about like how chancy it really is to get pregnant. So he might be there a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Gross. Gross. And her first child had Down syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the child staying with?
I think it's the grandmother.
Okay.
The mother of the mom.
Okay.
I believe.
And they call it Mongol.
Yeah. She calls it Mongo.
Because Mongoloid.
Yeah.
But that's such an old term.
It is.
Is that what the grandma called it? Or is that what Precious named it?
I don't think its name is that.
Okay.
I don't know, I guess. Yeah, I did. I had to clear my search history after this movie because I started searching like what are common birth defects between a father and daughter baby, and I was like, oh my god, if this search history was taken out of context. But I just
I hear you.
I just wanted to know whether like the Down syndrome was because they were related.
Very much could be.
But I couldn't find anything that supported that actually. Down syndrome in specific is not really like a incestual thing.
It's.
But I suppose if you both carry the gene, then they might be more likely.
Is it? I don't know if it's carried or if it's in the splitting of the chromosome, because you end up with an extra one somehow.
Yeah.
So, but definitely, I think it's meant to
suggest that.
That's
what I thought too, but I just wasn't sure if that was true. So I started Googling it, and then like you don't want to know what happens when you Google that. I got on some weird Reddits that I couldn't tell if people are being serious or not.
Oh my word. Oh, you just don't want to know that stuff.
I don't want to know. I don't know why I searched it because I can't help myself.
This is just like in Poor Things when it's like she's a child.
Right.
Gross. Gross. In a woman's body. Mm-hmm. Precious is a big girl. Mm-hmm. And it made me think about, intellectual disabilities, people who can't necessarily, or maybe don't realize that they can't say no. Mm-hmm. Ugh, gross. I'm so grossed out and traumatized by that movie.
Sorry.
I
didn't make it.
It's a very good. So it's based on a book.
Yes.
And it's a book she wrote, Sapphire. Mm-hmm. And it looked to be like, not very good English.
Yeah. I want to look into this more, and I didn't. But from what I gathered from the information I have, there was a book, like a chapter
like one
book,
of her journals,
a novel that they made into like a graphic novel.
Oh, beautiful!
And so I think there's some graphic novel out there.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Yeah. But it wasn't, the storytelling vehicle was interesting. Because you mentioned the journal, the way that the teacher ends up finding out all this stuff about Precious is that she has them write in their journals every day to the teacher. So they can like tell her stuff, which is actually kind of genius because they can tell her stuff and not have to verbalize it, or the rest of the class isn't going to hear it.
Right.
And so Precious is able to like confess all this stuff that's happened to her teacher through these journals. And that's really actually brilliant.
Yeah.
But it's also, can you imagine being that teacher?
We had to do that once in an English class, keep a journal and then turn them into the teacher. But he would just sort of flip through them.
Yeah.
Just to see that we've written every day or something like that. I sure as hell hope he wasn't reading or some kind of speed reader, because I literally was writing my life as a young college student. Woo-hoo! Coffee break! Let's talk about our beans.
Hey Bean Flickers, have you followed us yet? We are on Instagram and Facebook at Flickin' Beans Pod. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave us a review.
Yeehaw!
That's funny. I had to do that in college too, but it wasn't salacious. We would just have like a topic and we
Yeah.
would write about it, and then the teacher did read it because he would write in the margins if he
Oh my
had a
God.
comment. Mm-hmm.
Ay, ay, ay. Well, so interesting also correlation with the childlike writing, drawing brain happening. I don't mean to say she was childlike because she was her age. She just didn't have the reading and writing skills, which sucks.
Yeah,
and that does point to early childhood education too.
For sure.
Moms being read to. Yeah, which is what one thing she says when she wants to have her baby. She's, I'm going to hang bright colors and read. Oh, she knows.
She knows what they need, yeah, because she didn't get it probably.
Yep, everything she didn't get.
What's weird, or maybe it's not weird, I don't know, because I've never birthed a baby, so I don't know what the bond is like. But
I don't know nothing about birth and babies.
Exactly.
Gone with the wind. Okay, go.
Oh, that's fine. I just feel like she's probably because she didn't have a good childhood, but she's so like dedicated and she really loves these children.
Yeah.
And wants to be a good mom. And I just couldn't understand loving something that came from something so terrible.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess once the baby's here, it's like it's not the baby's fault.
No.
But like I just feel like if I was in her position, I would give it up.
Yeah.
Or probably not have it.
A lot of people, if they are pregnant by a rape, especially a stranger, you don't want that. Horrible. But I've heard stories of other times that the person is like you say, like, it's not the baby's fault.
Right. But yeah, that baby is
a reminder.
Yeah, his dad is also his grandpa.
I'm my own grandpa. That's another throwback. Callback. Oh my God.
That's weird.
God,
but
we've had a whole bunch of weird. Okay, go on.
Oh,
Yeah.
that I think that's pretty much all I had to say about that.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I got up at 6, like I said, to watch Mama, our second movie. Because I when I got up this morning, this is what I had. Mama, with a line under it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do that later. God. And I hit the snooze a couple times. Like, I literally forgot that I had to still watch a movie. And what a weird thing to do that in the morning in the bright sunlight.
Yeah, I watched mine in the morning. It wasn't 6 a.m., but it was probably like 10, 11 yesterday. Like 11, probably. Anyway, so yeah, it was bright, a sunshiny day and watching this movie, which is very dark and scary, but I liked it. It was well done. Yeah. And horror films, I feel like I'm a huge horror buff. They're hard to pull off. Yeah. And this one did a pretty good job. Yeah. I liked it.
Were you scared?
There were moments, but not particularly. Yeah. There's it's very creepy. Yeah. And the ghost character, there was a few times like that I got jump scared.
Yeah. But yeah, not too many times though. Okay, I like that. Yeah. So the movie essentially is about two family annihilators. So yeah, the dad. Why did he kill the mom? Stock market. Something.
He's some kind of big executive, and the stock market basically crashes. Yeah. Or his company crashes. And I'm guessing they did some illegal shit. Otherwise, why would it be that big of a deal? But like several people killed themselves. And he's a Jamie from Game of Thrones, by the way.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Which is weird because that same actor plays his brother. And it's like they couldn't, I don't know. I just thought it was weird that they decided to make them like the same
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
So they're like twin brothers.
No wonder that's why. Because the little girl was like, Daddy. Okay. That's why they're twins.
Yeah, so that she can think that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, he decided, yes, there's some kind of like big stock problem.
So instead of shooting himself, he shoots his wife and then tries to kill himself and the children by driving recklessly in those icy roads. Manages to drive the car off a cliff.
Yeah.
But they all survive. And he's got a gun.
Yeah.
But he gets them in this old abandoned cabin. The little girl who wears glasses broke her glasses, and the glasses are very much tied into her being able to see Mama, the ghost, the creepy ghost. It's all black. Don't you like to think of ghosts as being like more, translucent and airy or a white sheet? This is like tendrils of black and hair.
Lots of hair.
But so that she first sees it through her cracked lens, and then later you see that she'll take the glasses off when they're in their bedroom and stuff, and when Mama comes.
Yeah, I think she didn't want to see her clearly because she's so scary.
Yeah. So do you think that Victoria, the oldest child, do you think that she was scared of Mama from the start? Because the little one really imprinted. She was so young.
Yeah, she was a baby when they got, Well, yeah, because Mama comes along and kills Dad.
Yeah.
Which, that's a whole other thing.
It looks like protection.
Right.
She's protecting them. Oh, because Dad was going to
kill him.
First, he was going to shoot himself. And then he chickened out or whatever, and then was gonna shoot the children and then himself. I'm sure
that doesn't. None of that makes sense to me. I mean, I guess maybe the stock market thing was worse than you could imagine, but I don't understand why he would want to kill his kids too.
Yeah, I don't understand killing the kids.
Is someone gonna come after them? Just kill yourself.
Maybe. But you know that they have or at least I heard this, it's probably true, but you can't get the windows all the way open in Las Vegas in the hotels because people would kill themselves.
Yeah.
When they've lost so much money. Again, I've never been in that desperate of a situation.
Yeah.
But still, why kill your kids?
I don't know.
Because, whatever. Criminal minds. What do they call it? When they snap, they have a triggering incident or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You said something about the glasses and I got off tangent.
So.
Oh, was she scared of Mama from the start? I think so because she saw Mama, kill her dad or take her dad somewhere.
Yeah.
Which that was an inconsistency in the movie that I was a little bit confused by because they never saw the body of the dad, right? No. But the other times that she killed people, the body was still there.
I assumed that she just dragged it out into the wilderness.
Oh, maybe.
Which again, another inconsistency is why does it matter if you close a door? She's a fucking ghost.
True.
She can come on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that.
Yeah. Mama's a little inconsistent, but maybe that's part of her character. You don't know what she's going to do.
Oh my God.
But she takes a while to kill people sometimes. She leaves Annabelle alone.
Yeah.
I think maybe because at first she thinks the girls aren't attached to her. The girls don't love her. And then
you're absolutely right.
And then they do love her and then she becomes a target because she's jealous.
She gets jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, because I made a lot of notes about, God, she really sucks as a caretaker. Wouldn't you maybe want to supervise these, wild children? I mean, we're talking, walking on 4 legs.
That sort of was weird to me because it's not like they were raised by wolves.
No.
They were just, raised by a ghost. Why do they walk like that? Is Mama crawling around like that?
Maybe. Well, she did a couple of times to scare people. And she had extremely bony limbs. She looked almost spider-like when she was on the floor.
There's a few moments that reminded, like her movements and stuff reminded me of The Grudge.
Oh, yeah.
There was a few like crawling things. So yeah, I mean, maybe their crawling around was part of the mama, but I feel like humans aren't meant to do that, and they would just grow up and walk around like normal.
Right? Yeah, I agree. Well, okay. How about this? Like, so they're filthy and wild, right? Why bring them to a situation where you have to shape them into being, quote, normal? What is normal? And they moved them from the woods into a mansion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, would you do that if you didn't want kids? Here, we're going to have you need to take care of these 2 kids and this huge house, but it's rent free.
Yeah.
Here's my thought. No. Because I don't want either of those things.
Yeah.
But I would pause for rent free. I would take a pause.
Yeah, I think that's how they get them in the first place.
Right. Well, because everybody is strapped for cash.
Yeah, and they're like artists, so they're really poor.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first time the artists have been poor in a movie we've watched.
My God, isn't that the truth? And living in it, I said I loved a realistically cluttered apartment. And, they're right off the bat, you know they have financial trouble because they make a comment about a check not clearing.
Right.
Anyway, so my thought would be, instead of moving them into this mansion, you create a zoo habitat for them in the backyard. You can recreate the cabin. You can make sure they have warmth, food and water, a couple cherry trees, make your pit pile over here. I think it's brilliant.
So they're just like your pets?
Yes. No, they're just like wild creatures that are actually cared for. And just like, I think I told you when I went to see the bonobos in Des Moines that, so they train them to offer their hand or, turn around for a shot. So you could just really train these children to submit to some, medical assistance and just not interfere. What?
Yeah. But then they're going to be dependent on someone the rest of their life.
So they still are.
I guess.
They are really messed up. Yeah. And so is Annabelle now. Yeah. Because okay. We can talk about how it ended. We don't have to talk about the entire movie. Right. We're already there. Yeah. So, okay, but let me just preface by saying that there was someone investigating this case. Who was Mama? And Mama was a real person who killed herself and her baby by jumping off the cliff. Yes. Very dramatic. But she was a crazy person.
Yeah, she escaped an asylum.
Right. And the gist was that the baby likely was kind of hung up on a branch, so her ghost couldn't find this baby, right? So you would think once these remains were collected from the, what do you call it, evidence?
Oh, yeah, they had it in an evidence locker, like.
Come on. You don't have any other body parts out there, do you? Maybe. I don't know. Well, so I'm assuming that you're going to stop Mama from haunting these children by giving her baby back.
You think
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I didn't. Or in Mama's voice. Oh, gross.
Yeah, it's sort of similar to The Ring in that regard, is like you think that getting the remains back to them is going to fix it, and then it doesn't.
No. She whips those bones over the cliff.
I couldn't believe that part. She just throws the baby over the cliff again. I was like, she doesn't. Well, she did kill the baby to start with, so maybe she doesn't really even care about the baby.
She would have left if the little one hadn't turned around and said mama.
Yeah.
I think she was prepared to float off into the distance.
Yeah.
Oh, but
That
the
was
little
rough.
girl said
Yep.
mama. And so mama is like, oh my God, I love this. This child loves me.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So she kills her.
Yeah, she kills her too.
That was messed up.
Yeah, the movie just kind of ends there, but I kept thinking like, oh my gosh, how the fuck are they going to explain this?
Well,
Because they're going to be like, oh, a ghost took her and threw her over the cliff? No, they're
Right.
going to think you did it.
Right. I thought the same. Maybe the cycle just continues and Annabelle goes to a crazy person's house, an asylum. And I don't say
It was
crazy
a house.
person. Yeah.
The little girl calls it a house for sad people.
A house for sad people. Yeah,
Yeah.
not crazy person's house. A house for sad. I love that.
Yeah, that's
No,
nicer.
I don't, but yeah. Oh my gosh. So she, yeah, you're right. I thought the same. Although the Victoria should be able to explain it.
Yeah.
And since she's so accustomed to being hypnotized. And how are all these medical records just accessible to everyone?
Right? HIPAA violation
Come
right
on.
and left.
The lady goes, here's the whole, everyone who was ever at that asylum.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
No way. Yeah. And then when the doctor leaves, it appears that the doctor left the file and all the tapes
Yeah.
from the hypnosis interviews with the little girl that he's doing at their house. He just leaves it all there and she can just go in and look at it.
That was in his office.
Oh.
She stole it. But I thought that too because
Did I miss that part somehow? I don't know.
So they were in with like the social worker's office or whatever, and the kids were there, and something happened, and she ran into the office. She grabbed the box. She grabbed the laptop and threw it in the box, and then went home and was looking at it. And I thought, there's no fucking password protection. What? Come on.
Yeah.
And yeah, everything was there, saved right out on the desktop. You know, might as well say top secret.
Yeah.
You know, it
Do
was
not
like
open this folder.
session. Like he had nothing else going on in his life except this one child. But it also, he appeared to be writing a book
Yes.
without her permission.
Mm-hmm.
Really rude.
Mm-hmm.
Really rude.
Well,
It's
and
like,
it
do
was
it now and ask permission later.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy was weird.
His name was Dr. Dreyfus.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen What About Bob?
Yes.
That's all I could think about. Richard Dreyfus. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Through all its faults though. Good movie. I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was an interesting premise and well done.
The only thing I can say that I wasn't too fond of is Jessica Chastain's wig. I didn't like it.
No.
No.
I kept thinking I didn't really care for it either, but I kept thinking that she was pretty enough she could pull it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, the haircut was not
Yeah. It took me a minute too because she was in Mad Men
Mm-hmm.
As a redhead and way curvier.
Yeah.
And I liked her in that. And I was like, what is up with it? Why was her hair so dark?
Because she's in a rock band.
Oh, right. I also wrote, no one says I play in a rock band.
Right.
Oh, that was so dumb.
I used to play in a rock
I
band.
used to play in a rock band. No. And she did not play the bass correctly. She obviously, no, she did not. You don't strum up, down on the bass.
No, you don't.
No. But she sure was.
Yeah.
No, I didn't buy it. No.
It was, I don't know. I guess they had to make her lifestyle not good for children, I guess. So they thought,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
We
You're
want to
right.
make this character like not know what she's doing. She's in a rock band.
Yeah.
But what's a little, well, maybe it's not that weird, but they're kind of making them out to be like kind of young. But
Yeah.
I think those actors are like in their 30s.
Just no children. And
Yeah.
probably unmarried.
Yeah. They're not married.
It's only that those are his nieces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the poor. I mean, Annabelle, I feel bad for her because she just gets this dumped on her, and everyone's like, "You have to do it."
Yeah.
There's no one else that can take care of these girls,
Right.
which there is. But
there is. What the fuck is up with that?
yeah, but the Jamie Lannister doesn't want to give up his girls.
I know. And then he goes off and goes into a coma.
Yeah.
And then he has that prophetic dream where his brother is like, go and help the
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. Have you ever gotten a message in a dream? Have you ever gotten a massage in a dream?
No. I mean, maybe my brain or somebody's been trying to send me messages in a dream, but I didn't get them.
I am not going to listen. No, I'm trying to sleep here. Oh my God. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I know. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
They were both very good movies in very different ways.
Yeah, and they both were, a little tough to watch.
Yeah.
Especially if
In the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right. Well,
Yeah, we did it.
we've done it. So, till next week.
Everybody loves flicking beans. Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.